You know, you raise a really interesting point about folks who have blended families that I'm not sure everyone is thinking about, you know, when they divorce and then remarry. Can you kind of talk about like what can go wrong if you don't go through and either create or update your estate plan?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. I mean, and we actually had a former client who unfortunately passed away, who actually went through the process of doing a business succession plan, and so he set everything up perfectly. He had insurance to fund the purchase of his. He and his partner each took out life insurance policies for each other, and so if something happened to one, the other would be able to buy them out, and that way their family would sort of be able to benefit from that wealth. Mm-hmm. Well, he started that business with his second wife after his kids were adults, and it was a business that they worked on together, and he intended for her to receive all of the proceeds of that sale. But because he didn't get a will done before he died, he was subject to the statutory succession. Okay, so that if you don't have an estate plan, you actually do. It's just dictated by Virginia law.
It's in the legal code.
Exactly, yeah. And so under the legal code, instead of his wife being able to get that full payout, she was only entitled to 1/3. Because under the statute, all of your natural children, your biological children, receive 2/3 of your estate, and your spouse only receives 1/3. And so because he didn't have any children with his new spouse, his adult children were actually entitled to get 2/3 when they were not supposed to really get any of that.
Right.
So really, when you have a blended family, it's incredibly important to think about putting an estate plan in place, because under the statute, it may not be divided up the way that you would want it to be, particularly if you're in a situation where you've been with your second spouse for a very long period of time and you've built an entire life together. And most of your assets were accumulated during that marriage. Look at this dog. Then you would want that spouse to be able to benefit from all those assets. So that's just one issue and one story, a true story of something that's happened. But there are all myriad types of situations that can happen. Certainly, fighting between two sets of kids from different parents. There are a lot of ways that can go wrong. I don't want to go too deep into it, but it is something that if you're in that situation, you really need to kind of be intentional about how you set things up.
Right, right.